Directed.
Good morning. This is your Cherry Peak Ski Report for Saturday, April 13th, 2024. Attention, big news. We are canceling our closing day. We will be closed today in our annual pond skim due to the extreme high temps that have came in the last few days. Our mountain crew has been working extra hard, but looking out for the public and the safety of our guests on the mountain. Thank you so much for all your support for the 2023-24 ski and board season. It's been one for the books, and thank you for making memories with all your friends and your family at the peak this past year. Be sure to get your annual pass today at skicpr.com, including senior passes start at just $100. We've got youth, we've got family, we've got individual. It's the most affordable place to learn how to ski and board. Go to skicpr.com for any further information and details. We'll catch you at the peak.
It's time for the Garden Guide with your host, Mark Anderson from Anderson Seed and Garden.
New research suggests that people are more likely to eat vegetables if they have a tempting name.
What would life be without homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes.
From gardening to landscaping.
Today we are going to try and create garden eyebrows. Kind of like the flowers are sprouting directly from your hair. That makes sense.
Go! Phone lines are open at 753-KVNU or 800-369-KVNU.
Kind of like eating vegetables.
It's the Garden Guide, now on KVNU 610 AM and 102 FM.
And we welcome you to the show on a gorgeous Saturday morning. Yesterday we saw the warmest temperatures so far this year. Today we'll probably be back up near there. Spring, we can say, is definitely here. And it sounds like everyone's happy about it except Cherry Peak Ski Resort. Beautiful. That was a tough day.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. And we've been waiting months for this.
Yeah.
Absolutely months for the sun to finally shine and the warm temperatures to show up.
Yeah.
But, Center Street, the cherry blossoms are starting to pop out. So it's looking amazing. We've got a parking lot full of flowering trees that are all in full bloom. So they just look amazing. A lot of my neighbors, their apricot trees are blooming. But I looked at like my peaches and my nectarines, and they're just about ready to pop open.
Getting buds.
Yeah, and the crab apples are starting to set, and the apples are starting to set. So it's just a beautiful time of year here in Cache Valley. It's so green and lush, and we got like snow on the mountains, and trees are starting to bloom. It's pretty nice.
And, yesterday as we were in the mid-70s, we were out at a lacrosse game, and you could almost literally see that snow melting on the mountains. I mean, Mount Baldy up above Providence. You're starting to see the snow break through that.
Yeah.
I was up along Logan River, and the river's running high and fast. So, spring is definitely here.
It's happening.
We're going to be back in the mid-70s.
Actually good to get some of that snow melted.
Starting,
to get some of that snow melted because we've got 130% of normal again. So if it all comes down at once, we could have flooding again this year. Yeah. So just be aware. Fortunately, my garden is not flooded right now. So.
No. In fact, this weekend, our goal, finally get the garden tilled.
Yep. I've got my onions planted last night.
Oh, good.
So I'd been trying for 2 weeks, but it had been just a little bit too wet off and on with all the storms. And so onions got planted last night. But I did plant my peas 2 weeks ago, and they're up.
And starting to come up.
So they're up. So I was excited last night. The peas are up, and onions got planted. I planted a little bit of lettuce and spinach last night as well, too. So all those cool crops can go in. If I get a chance tonight, I got to fix my deer fence since the deer are like licking their lips already. For the garden.
They're wanting to hold neighborhood parties.
I don't want them eating my peas.
In your garden.
I don't want them eating my peas. But as soon as I get that fixed, I'm hoping to throw some carrots and beets and chard in tonight too. So I got my fingers crossed.
All right.
So we'll see what happens. But we just put some really nice new videos together, and they are on our YouTube channel, and they're also available on our website that show you how to plant peas, show you how to plant onions, how to plant carrots as well too, and then showed off how we run our tiller through our garden too. So got my BCS tiller out there and showed how to start it up and run through the tiller. Even after all the organic matter we added to the garden last year, we put leaves and grass clippings and compost and straw and just a lot of organic matter in there. Didn't quite break down through the winter, but when I ran the tiller through the first time, it just really finished it. Yeah, just finished it off, and it looks really, really, really good. It's really light and fluffy and nice. The soil's looking great this year, so I'm pretty excited about that. But a lot of awesome things happening at Anderson's this weekend. So we just got some new plants in. So this week was like the week of deliveries. So we got all the rest of our shade trees. We got a huge load of shrubs in. So we got about 1,000 shrubs came in this week. Yeah, wow. Yeah. So it takes a lot of time to organize. There's a whole bunch still out in the parking lot. We couldn't get organized yet because every time we start working on it, then another truck would come. Ground covers came this week as well too. So we've got perennial ground covers.
Okay.
Yeah, so those came in this week as well. Nice batch of onions came in as well. So we've got lots of new not new onions, but new plants arrived this week. Another batch of strawberries came in. I've got we got a whole bunch of heritage and Polana raspberries, and I'm hoping to get a few more varieties still. But just delivery after delivery after delivery of plants showed up this week. And like I said, the parking lot, all the trees are in full bloom. They look amazing. If you stop in today, you'll see how awesome the flowering trees look. We still have bare root fruit trees. So the bare root fruit trees, probably we're going to start potting most of those up next week. Okay. They're starting to leaf out, so we got to pot those guys up. But we did get some new pansies and primroses in, and we're going to do some specials on those. So today, pansies for a full flat, it's normally about $32. Today, if you mention you heard it on the radio, we're going to do a full flat for $22. Yeah, so it's
$10 off.
Yeah, so it's $10 off. So not just a single pony pack for a full flat. So we're talking full flat quantities. They're usually $32. We're going to do them on sale for $22 today. So $10 off a full flat of pansies. So it's really, really great deal. Primrose, they are normally $4.99. We've got them on sale for $2.75 each. And those are your cold, hardy flowers that could go outside right now. And so those could be planted right out in your garden, out in your flower beds, planter boxes, whatever. We've got them lining Center Street right now with pansies, and they can handle the cold and the snow and everything that Mother Nature's been throwing at us the last little bit. So got some good deals on those. And then the greenhouse is starting to fill up. Believe it or not, we've got a whole bunch of tomato plants.
They're coming in.
It's kind of early, yeah, but people are asking for them.
Oh,
you just never know. It's an absolute certainty we're going to get frost in the near future until at least 10th to the 20th of May is normal.
Yeah,
and some years even later.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. I was going to say we've had a few Junes, so
yep, some years even later. But some exciting things happening next week. Also, our spring open house is next week, so that will be. We're really going to kind of run it Wednesday through Saturday. So all the specials that we'll be doing for the weekend, we'll be running. We'll start them on Wednesday. Yeah, we'll start them on Wednesday, and then you're going to come in and spend some time at the show.
We'll be there. Yeah, kicking it off Friday. Be there Friday afternoon. Going to be doing some ticket giveaways, so you can come by and snag some tickets.
Nice.
Some fun things, and yeah, it's always a lot of fun. And it just gets you ready for the summer planting season and gardening and. Yeah,
it's a fun time of year, and hopefully, I got my fingers crossed, the weather's halfway decent. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we want a little bit of gardening weather for the open house. It's kind of nice.
It's always nice.
Get everybody excited. But we've got some great specials going on. So there's gallon tomatoes, special pricing on gallon tomatoes. Our strawberry 6-packs will be half price. We've got some gorgeous 10-inch hanging baskets. So these are like the early, little bit smaller hanging baskets. Great price on those. I think they're usually $28. We'll have those on sale for $18.99, so about $10 off. Yeah, on those as well, too. And a lot of other products that are on sale as well too. So we've got all of our Ames tools are 20% off, and a lot of helpers for around the yard. Whether it's a fertilizer, we got a couple of fertilizers. We've got Iron Plus. We've got Killzols on sale. We've got soil drenches on sale. So great time to come in and take advantage of some of the great prices. And we'll have a whole bunch of sales reps here talking about their products and stuff too. So
good.
Yeah, should be fun. So definitely on Friday and probably part of the day on Saturday as well too. We'll have a bunch of sales reps there to help out, answer questions, and help people find solutions to their garden problems. And of course the nursery is like loaded with plants now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it is.
Good time. Good time.
Well, and we should hit on roses again for briefly as we're taking your calls this morning. So if you have a call for a question for Mark, a comment for the show, 753-5868, 1-800-369-5868. We mentioned last week that this is the time to get your roses ready. You can start to trim them, fertilize them, and that'll really just kickstart them. Plus, also, I was looking, our raspberries are starting to leaf out, so you want to start trimming off that dead cane and get those ready.
Got some nice new raspberries popping up. So I looked at my raspberry patch yesterday, a lot of new growth shooting up already. So, yeah, pretty exciting. And then not next week, but the week after, we've got our compost tea party. So we're going to start the compost tea brewing, which will be on, the 26th of April. And then on the 27th, we've got our planting event. And so we'll do our free planting event on Saturday the 27th. If you want to participate, you probably want to get onto our website and sign up as soon as possible because the timing, all of our reservations are filling up pretty quick. So that's on the 27th. So that's when you can set an appointment and come in and pick out the flowers that you want to plant in your planters. Bring your planters with you, or you can buy some new ones at Anderson's, and then we will take the flowers that you purchase and we will plant them for you for free. And so we do free planting, and we provide the soil for your pots as well too. So yeah, so we'll provide soil. Yeah, we'll put bark down on the bottom, and so there's a small charge for the bark to kind of fill up some space. But then we'll put 12 to 14 inches of soil in there for you, so your plants will do really well, depending on how deep your pots are. Of course, yeah. If you've got really deep pots, we're not going to put potting soil through your 3 foot deep pots. Yeah. We're going to put bark in there, but we'll put the right amount of soil in there and plant the plants for you for free. But you gotta sign up in advance for it because it's all by reservation. Okay. Yeah. We've done it the other way in the past, and all of a sudden everybody comes in at once. We can't help everybody at once. This way we can break it up throughout the day. So there's quite a few reservations throughout the day still, and it works great. It works great.
All right. Well, we've got a special guest.
We do.
And we can take those calls. So phone lines are 753-5868, 1-800-369-5868 if you have a question, comment for Mark from Anderson Seed and Garden. And we can start off with our guest this morning, Mark, if you want to introduce him.
Absolutely. It's James Messina from Messina Products. James, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Mark. How are you this morning?
Wonderful. We've been enjoying the great weather here. How is it on the East Coast right now?
Yeah, I'm sitting listening to you thinking, this is just not fair. It's 42 degrees here. That's the high today. It's been raining like crazy. We had an earthquake. I mean, we've just got spring saying, nah, I'm good this year. I don't feel like showing up. And it's just terrible. It's terrible. We're missing everything blooming. We are starting to see some daffodils pop out, though.
Yeah.
And there's some signs of life, but nothing like what you're talking about.
That's nice. That was like our spring last year, where we had like snow on the ground for almost half of April. Like last year.
Oh, I'm sorry, you had an earthquake last year?
Yeah, something like that. The whole valley almost washed away when we had 200% of normal on water. So.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's nothing that people don't know, but we are seeing some wacky little fluctuations in weather, and you know as well as I do, if you go by year to year, it's almost impossible to figure out when spring is going to break. But man, people are itching to get out in their yards, and they're starting to walk around and see all the things that can be done to really kind of welcome in some better weather.
Oh, yeah. It's like spring fever has broken out here in Cache Valley, and it's infecting everyone. So we're glad for that, and it's really nice. We've had some really wet weather as well too. So March was exceptionally cold and wet, and so we're excited to be able to get out and get some things planted in the garden, get some flowers going. And my daffodils are just blooming like crazy in front of the house, and
awesome.
It looks great. Yeah, my magnolia tree's about ready to burst into bloom, which it hasn't bloomed for 2 years because the weather's been just so crummy and lost all the blossoms. They're so gorgeous. Yeah, they're absolutely beautiful. So, well, we're wishing you some better weather, and we'll try and shoo some that direction. So.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. I'm so glad you're on the show. That we didn't get you on last year, but it's wonderful to have you here. And I was talking earlier about getting prepped in my yard for deer, and this is probably your specialty is deer repellents, and we've got a resident herd that just lives in our neighborhood, and if I don't get repellent on my tulips and get my garden sealed up and locked down for the year, we're dealing with trouble.
Yeah, that's why I keep them there, just to make sure that you keep buying more and more of the repellent. Yeah, no, it's a funny thing. People think, oh, if I plant this or I plant that, it's deer proof, and they kind of learn the hard way. There's really nothing that is deer proof. There's just what they'll eat last. And I know you know this really, really well. But deer are ruminants. They got 4-chambered stomachs. First stomach takes out all the toxins. So don't worry about what you can't have. If you use a product like Deer Stopper and you use it according to directions, you can have those tulips, you can have hydrangeas, you can have hostas, you can have all kinds of great stuff and really get the yard popping.
We found with the Deer Stopper, if we treat more area around the plants we're trying to protect than just the plants, it works a lot better.
Oh, yeah. It's added protection. If you've ever been in your kitchen pounding out a chicken cutlet, sometimes that stuff can spread. And so you want to try to cover as much area as possible to keep your countertop safe.
Right.
Same thing kind of goes with your garden. If you can protect a little bit more of an area, it's just going to help keep the stuff that you really want to keep away from the deer that much safer.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will.
I'm Italian, Mark. I have to bring it into cooking. There's no way I'm not.
You can't avoid that. I'm adopted Italian, and so everything for me has to do with food as well too.
Yeah.
So my wife bugs me all the time. It's like anytime we go on a trip somewhere, she's like, the highlight for you is like the food, and I was like, yeah, that's the way it works.
Well,
it's gotta be.
It's not a bad way to be. If you can keep a happy stomach, you can keep going a little bit longer all day long. And that's the same thing with these animals. They're looking to eat too. They want to make sure that they're getting the best they can, which is why they tend to always go for the most expensive plants. Have you noticed?
Yep. So it's free buffet at the Andersons. Their pasta bar is open every night, and they actually have eaten all the buds off of my dogwood because I usually have it fenced, but I had to move it over to the hydrangeas last year, and then I forgot to move it back in the fall, and so they've been nibbling on that. But my tulips are looking good. They had a little bit of early damage before I got the Deer Stopper on there, but they're looking a lot better right now. So
I'm a big fan of the idea of stopping damage before it starts.
Yeah.
And so if you know that you have things that have traditionally been browsed or been sampled by deer or rabbits or what other critters you have, obviously we've got a stopper for all of them.
Yeah.
If you get out there and pre-treat before you start seeing damage, it's only going to ensure success that much more.
Yeah.
So
super. Hey, James, we got a caller, and we're going to bring them on.
We have Kathy joining us on the line from Dayton, and so James, just hang on the line with us for a few minutes. And Kathy, welcome to the show.
Thanks. I have the oddest question today.
We do not mind odd questions. That's all right.
This is one of them. I was just given some wooden planters for herbs, and someone suggested that I go and stain them or put something on them so that the wood lasts longer. And then someone else said, oh, yeah, but you don't want to put any regular stain on it. You need to put something special. And I went, I don't know what that would be, something that wouldn't cause us to get poisoned.
Yes. A lot of our customers will use linseed oil because it is all natural, and so you can seal them after you've stained them. There's some really great silicone sealers as well too that will penetrate the wood, keeps the wood from deteriorating, but it won't like leach out into your soil as well too. So if you go into any of the hardware stores, they actually kind of list on there which ones are safe for like food, wood that's going to be around food growing areas. So, but the linseed oil should work amazing. We used to treat our raised beds with that, and it would increase the lifespan considerably. So
that is good to know.
Yeah.
Second question.
Okay.
My grass is getting some of those nasty little weeds that are going to have those little devil heads on them.
Yes.
How do I save my grass without and kill those nasty buzzards?
I've got some of those at my house as well too. So
they're all over this.
I know
year.
it. Are they in your lawn or just into the flower beds?
They're in the grass on the side.
Okay.
They're everywhere else too, but that's the one I'm worried about, is the ones that are in the grass itself.
All right. So we've got Burr Buttercup, which a lot of people call goat head, and they have cute little yellow flowers on them. And so they're very attractive to start off with. And then those little yellow flowers turn into evil spikes.
Yeah. And they're not that cute when you consider the spikes that you have to deal with later on.
Yeah, and the nice thing is they're very easy to kill. The bad thing is after they've bloomed and they kind of start setting those seeds, even if you kill them, they still set in the seeds. So they're really tough. But in my patio and in a parking area in our backyard and in front of my barn where I really don't want stuff growing, I use Kills-All Extended. And the Kills-All Extended will kill those Burr Buttercups, those little goat heads, wonderfully and very, very quickly, especially when we have 70-degree temperatures. But it has a pre-emergent mixed in with it that will prevent new ones from coming up. And so it really does a great job at killing what's there and then preventing new ones from coming back for 4 to 6 months. So you can get like really good control out of it. But that wouldn't be a good choice for your lawn, because it's going to kill your lawn, and it's going to prevent the new grass from coming back as well too. So there's some really great broadleaf options as well too. If you want to go with a traditional broadleaf weed killer, there's like Weed Free Zone. That's my hands down favorite go-to. Cooler temperatures. It works in temperatures as low as 50 degrees. Kills all the hard to kill weeds, morning glory, wild violets, thistles, mallow, clover, but it won't hurt your turf. But my guest today, James, he has a natural product that really does a great job for broadleaf weeds in turf as well too. So James, would you mind telling her about the Pulverize?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a brand of herbicide called Pulverize, which means to turn to dust. And there's 3 unique formulations. And the one I think Mark's talking about is our weed killer for lawns, which uses iron to kill broadleaf weeds. So the best part about that is you're not going to get any burn rings in your lawn. You're just going to kill the broadleaf weed. It'll actually help green the grass in the area.
Makes the grass really green.
Yeah,
it makes it really green.
Yeah. So it's a really nice, limited margin of error. You're not going to have to worry about oh shoot, I kind of sprayed too far and I killed my lawn. This will just kill the broadleaf weeds.
Okay, that's exactly what I need. If it makes it better over there, maybe they won't come back.
Yep, very effective. And I've got a lot more customers that are concerned about their lawn using a lot of chemicals, and they've got pets and they've got kids, and they're concerned about that. The Pulverize is a great option if you want to go with an organic alternative that actually works.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Super.
Have a good day.
Hey, thanks for calling this morning, Kathy. Have a wonderful weekend. All right.
That opens up the phone lines at 753-5868, 1-800-369-5868. If you have a question, comment for Mark or James, as we're talking about stopping the deer, taking care of the broadleaf weeds in the lawn, it seems like right now we're dealing with all of that.
Yeah. So, James, the other issue that I've got a lot of customers coming in and asking about right now are voles. We had a very heavy vole season, and the vole population took off. And as you know, 2 voles in November turn into 200 voles in February. And the vole stopper has been very, very effective for us at getting them to go somewhere else, like to your neighbor's house.
Yeah, I mean the benefit of the mole and vole stopper product that we have that you guys carry is that your customer can use it directly around the plants where the voles are causing a problem, but you can also use it in the turf area for large-scale protection. And once you push them out of an area, the product is really effective as in a perimeter application at that point. So you're going to be using less product the longer you use it for, which makes it just a great ally for folks that are looking to get rid of those little troublemakers. And, a real telltale sign is if you got vole damage versus other, tunneling animal damage is that if you're seeing your plants kind of fallen over or almost have no roots, it's because those voles are getting in there and attacking the tubers and the root structure of those plants. So it's a real telltale sign if you start seeing your plants falling over kind of sadly, like they're losing their balance.
Yeah, for sure. And what we have also experienced is during the summer months, there's enough predators around, whether it's snakes or hawks or cats or whatever, that the vole population really, really drops. But it's in October, November that we really start to see their populations take off. And our customers, our homeowners that are using a product like the Vole Stopper, like you say, around their perimeter to prevent them from coming in. Say they've got a field out back or a vacant lot next door or something. That seems to be where they're coming from predominantly. And a perimeter treatment of the Vole Stopper really, really works great. So.
Yeah, and with the winter snowpack, I know that it can really provide safe haven for them to be tunneling and finding food sources. So if you can get out there in the fall time, obviously that's not the time of year we got right now, but you can use it before that frost really sets in to get great results that'll last you throughout the winter months. But in the springtime, it's still once every about 30 to 45 days that if you create that protective area, you can keep them at bay.
Yeah, and we've had some really great experiences with some customers this spring that had some damage, had a lot of voles, and then we've been able to encourage them to use the Vole Stopper and get them out of their yard so they don't continue to stick around for the rest of the summer. So it's
absolutely.
It's been very, very, very effective for us. So two great repellents that with the deer and the deer stopper. Sometimes I say, unfortunately, it does not hurt the deer at all. I think some people would say the same thing about the.
Well, you can throw a bottle, Mark.
Yeah, I would say some people would say the same thing about the Vole Stopper. I wish it would just kill them instead of repel them. But
we got to go for the humane. Got to go for the humane
folks
treatment.
Who look for those solutions that work, and that do cause an end of life situation. But we have tried to always find a way to live with nature, and so we're trying to tell folks, look, you can still enjoy the bucolic, aspect of your yard and seeing wildlife running around, but they'll just leave your plants alone or leave the trouble spots alone, and so. It's kind of a best of both worlds situation.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, James, stick around. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be back, and we can take more phone calls if you're listening and you'd like to join our conversation. Mark Anderson with Anderson Seed and Garden, James Messina with Messina Products, and that includes the stopper products, the deplete products, the pulverized products, and Seedlingers Fertilixer. Well, I guess it's now the Universal Plant Food, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's the Universal Plant Food. My all-time favorite organic fertilizer. So we'll talk about all that stuff when we come back. But call in if you got questions or comments, 753-5868, 753-KVNU, or 1-800-369-5868. And we'll be back in just a few minutes.
I'm Bill Walter, KVNU News. The new Logan Library has been open for just over a month now in downtown Logan, and the calendar is filling up with activities. On KVNU's For the People program this past week, the president of the Friends of the Logan Library, Frank Ascione, invites the public to check out the library. He talked a little bit about the modern history and different locations for the Logan Library building. He said things were quite different when he and his family moved here in 1973.
The only way our kids could get access to books easily was the bookmobile.
I remember that.
And when the bookmobile came through our little development in Hiram, all the kids would come out, and it was fantastic. Then we would use the library that's kitty corner to St. John's on First East. That was the original Logan Library in that building that is currently there on the southeast corner of First East and First North.
Then the decision was made in the 80s to build a new library, but it was essentially a repurposing of the old Logan City Hall space. He said now the new finished product is a wonderful space for the Logan Library. Oil and gas companies will have to pay more to drill on federal lands and satisfy stronger requirements to clean up old or abandoned wells under a final rule from the Biden administration. The Interior Department rule finalized Friday raises royalty rates for oil drilling by more than 1/3 to 16.67% in accordance with the sweeping 2022 climate law approved by Congress. Sunny skies during the day, Saturday and Sunday, around 70 on Saturday, mid-60s on Sunday. Get more news at CashValleyDaily.com.
From ABC Sports, I'm Mark Remillard. Scotty Scheffler, Max Homa, and Bryson DeChambeau all holding a share of the lead at the 2024 Masters after the first 2 rounds. Tiger Woods also setting a tournament record, making the cut for the 24th straight time after carding an even par 72. Woods speaking after day 2 on his performance.
I'm still right there in the ball game with a great chance going into the weekend.
He's tied for 22nd at 1 over par. In the NBA, the Wild West gets even wilder heading into the final day of the season with the Nuggets' 121-120 loss to the Spurs, coupled with wins by the Thunder and Timberwolves. There's now a 3-way tie for the top seed in the conference. Timberwolves head coach Chris Finch, after their win over the Hawks, said this.
We still need some help, as I understand it. So the only way you get help is if you help yourself first, and then we'll see what happens. So either way, though, Game 82, we're playing for a Western Conference. Chance to win the Western Conference. Has been a heck of a regular season.
Former top seed holder Denver's head coach Mike Malone says he isn't worried about seeding.
End of the day, no matter what seed we are, we know what we're capable of, and we got one more game. Let's try to finish it up right in Memphis and prepare for the first round.
The Pelicans beat the Warriors 114-109 to maintain the 6th seed. Golden State remains tied with Sacramento for 9th seed after the Kings also lost to the Suns 108-107. The Lakers win in Memphis, pushing them a full game ahead of both the Kings and Warriors for the 8th seed. In baseball, the Padres over the Dodgers 8-7 in extra innings. Lawrence Butler and the A's walked off the Nationals 2-1 in 10 innings. Rangers over the Astros 12-8 in Houston, and the Mets halted the Royals' win streak, winning 6-1. In the NHL, the Golden Knights continuing their quest for a second straight Stanley Cup, beating the Wild 7-2 to clinch a playoff spot. I'm Mark Remillard, ABC Sports.
Hi, this is Paulette of Valley Recycling. Our annual Earth Day event, April 22nd through the 27th. We'll be offering bonus pricing on aluminum cans, old automobiles, appliances, copper, aluminum, steel, and other metal scrap. Bring it to Valley Recycling at 145 North 10th West in Logan. All customers will receive Firehouse Subs and Cafe Sabor food coupons and be entered to win giveaways from other local vendors. Valley Recycling's Earth Day event, Monday, April 22nd through Saturday, April 27th. For pricing and information, go to valleymetalrecycling.com.
The Garden Guide with Mark Anderson from Anderson Seed and Garden on News Talk KVNU, 610 AM and 102.1 FM.
And welcome back to the show, 8:37, as we already 58 degrees. Mark and I was mentioning yesterday we hit 75. It was the warmest we've had so far this year.
Nice.
Today, probably quite not as warm, but still, we should be in the low 70s.
It was shorts weather yesterday.
It was.
Yep, it was shorts weather. So I decided today would be shorts weather, too.
Yeah. it's the carryover,
Made that decision. Yeah, made that decision. So
well, and you get a little sun in the greenhouse, and all of a sudden those 70s start to feel like mid-80s because of the greenhouse.
Oh, it felt amazing in the greenhouse yesterday. It wasn't like too hot. It was just right. So not too bad at all. So some great things happening at Anderson's this weekend. So flowering trees are blooming. They look amazing out in the nursery, and we moved a bunch out into the parking lot so everybody can enjoy them as well too. So lots of plants have arrived this week. We've got tomatoes in the greenhouse. We've got all the early crops, so cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, kale. Those are good to go outside. Asparagus, got a new batch of asparagus that just came in. New batch of strawberries came in. New batch of onion plants came in. So we're stocked up for right now. I still have people asking for like peppers and some things that just aren't quite ready yet.
Yeah, unless you were going to maybe start them from seed in your kitchen or something like that.
I started my tomatoes about just over 2 weeks ago. Started some peppers at the same time, which is a little late, but they're looking great. They look really, really good. And I started my giant pumpkins this week.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So they're now in the ground.
Yep. So Wednesday. So I tried 3 different ways. So I started some in paper towels just to get them to germinate, and then we'll transplant them to like 4-inch pots. And then I started some in some peat pellets, but they're not peat; they're coconut coir. So they're the extra big, like the 42 centimeter or the 42 millimeter ones. And then I started some in the 4-inch pots as well too. So we'll see how that works. Greenhouse domes over them. artificial light heat mat as well too.
Underneath.
Yeah, underneath to get
Okay.
them germ. And then I soaked them for 24 hours because the seeds are so hard. Sometimes they don't want to pop open. So we'll see how that works. So today is almost 48 hours. So I'm going to check those pumpkin seeds and see if they've started to pop. Yeah, see if they've started to pop yet. So kind of excited about that. But next week is our spring open house. So that should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to having you come over. We'll be visiting.
Be there Friday and giving away some tickets.
Maybe we'll have some prizes or something to give away. We'll see what we can come up with at Anderson's. A lot of great specials, and there's not a flyer going out in the mail this year, but we've got a whole bunch of information on our social media. We'll be pushing that out on our email list. So if you're not on our email list, let us know. You can go onto our website and just sign up for it right there, and it will just automatically come to you. And this is not the email that comes every other day or twice a day. It comes once a month. So we will not bombard your email mailbox with stuff. We're a once a month email. So this has just like lots of great information in there, but it'll have the ad in there as well too. And then we'll be sending it out digitally to a lot of our customers as well too. But it'll be on all of our social media. So lots of great deals. We'll have deals on gallon tomato plants. Our 10-inch hanging baskets will be on sale. Our strawberry jumbo pony packs are on sale, and a whole bunch of other products as well too. We've got a great deal on Fox Farm potting soil this year. So we're able to get some 12-quart bags in. They usually sell for about $10. We're selling them for $7.99. And they are 12-quart bags. I've got the Ocean Forest and the Happy Frog potting soil. So we're excited about that as well too. And then the next week we've got our tea party on Friday the 26th, and then our special planting event on the 27th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of fun things happening at Anderson's.
And for those who are unfamiliar with the compost tea,
yes,
probably one of the best deals because you buy the container, and then you can come back anytime and refill it.
Yep.
And if you have a container from years past, you can bring that container in, put new stickers on it for the new season, and then be able to enjoy it.
You could recycle your containers from last year.
Yeah.
Now this is a brainchild that James and I put together. How many years ago was it, James, that we kind of put this together?
I think it was 2016, maybe like 7 years.
Yeah. And our customers just keep coming back for more. So between the universal plant food and the free refills, this has been a really fun program, and we love to partner with you every year.
Well, hey, we appreciate the opportunity to get in front of your customers. You know, it's one thing to have a great product. It's another thing to have a retailer who understands the value of it, see the potential, and offer it. And for customers to respond the way they have, I think it's the clearest sign of a win-win-win.
Yeah, for sure. Now, tell us about the ingredients in the universal plant food. So when customers come in and they're like, I want a really, really good organic plant food, fertilizer, and that's my go-to, and that's what I use in my garden as well too. And my plants respond so well with this fertilizer. It's definitely hands down my favorite organic fertilizer that's out there.
Well, the real kicker on this one is that it's plants feeding plants. There is no manure. There's no, feather meal, bone meal. There's nothing animal-based in our plant food. It's all it's a soybean-based protein that you're refeeding with the plants that you apply it to. There's a little bit of a molasses scent to it, and the real benefit of it is you can use this plant food on your indoor plants as well as your outdoor plants. I mean, heck, even if you have a hydroponic system, this plant food will work fantastically within that as well. So it really is, we trademarked the phrase. We came up with the whole idea of a universal plant food, but it doesn't matter what kind of plants you have. This will help them grow, and it'll help them grow really, really healthy.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of other organic fertilizers have various manures in there. Like you said, there's other animal products in there, and sometimes they smell like poop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Will's over here nodding his head.
You throw that fertilizer out, and then you don't want to go out in the garden.
Well, it's one of those good news, bad news, right? I mean, you could very well find a solution, but if there's a better solution that's not going to create an adverse effect like a foul odor or something, why would you not pick it?
Yes, absolutely. And the Universal Plant Food is the base of our compost tea. So all of our listeners that are out there that have used and are using the compost tea, y'all know it works. It's amazing, and it just like works magic on the plants. And Universal Plant Food from Seedlingers.
You might say it's a
is the
miracle,
base for it.
Mark, but we would never say that.
No, but it does create miraculous results. That's
you know
for
what
sure.
I say? No miracles, just really, really good science, and that's as much a shot as it is, some facts about our products. That's why I'm saying we're not using a chemical that's just going to shock the plant and suck up all those nutrients from the soil. The great part about our plant food is that it really does help reinvigorate that soil and get that energy system burning and churning to feed that plant long term.
Yeah, for sure. And it does smell good. It smells kind of like, you say, molasses, caramel. It's got kind of a little caramely smell. So definitely one of my favorite bottles to crack open and feed my plants with.
Well, thanks.
We've got another caller or two, James, so we're gonna head to the phone lines for a sec.
We have Joan joining us on the line from Millville. Welcome to the show, Joan.
Hi. Thanks. I've got a question. It may be a dumb question, but I have an elderberry bush out in my yard, and I understand it takes 2 to produce fruit. Is that right?
That is correct, and there are no dumb questions on the show, Joan.
Well, I'm what my dumb question is, so do they have to be some kind of different plant, to produce?
Different
How do you know?
Yeah, different varieties of elderberry. So there are a lot of different ones out there, but you want to have 2 different varieties to get the pollination done. It's kind of like with blueberries, it's the same way, and with say apple varieties, there's certain apples that really do a great job pollinating. So Golden Delicious is used regularly as a pollinator to pollinate all your other apples, and with the elderberries and a lot of other plants, they do need a friend, and it needs to be a different variety than the one that you have, but it's still going to be an elderberry.
How do you know what you have?
That is a great question.
Get something different.
Yeah. It's hard to know unless you were the one that planted it. But if you have one plant and it's already producing fruit, then somebody in your neighborhood has another one that is pollinating.
Okay.
But we carry, I think we've got 3 varieties of elderberries. And if I don't have 3, I've got at least 2 for sure. And so you just do one of each plant, and then they would pollinate each other.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I have one other quick question.
Oh, you bet.
My house plants tend to get really shiny and drip. I imagine they have some kind of bug or something that's making them. It's kind of like aphids on on maple trees.
There are multiple insects that can cause sap to come out of the leaves, and then it'll drip and it'll make them shiny. So you've got aphids. It could be mealybugs. That's a possibility as well too. Scale will do that also, because the scale pulls sap out of the plant, and if there's excess, it'll drip and it'll make your leaves really shiny as well too. Have you seen like any white fuzzy anything on the undersides of the leaves?
No, not really.
Okay. Some of the insects are really small, so they're hard to see, but we do have some really good options to control those. So, James, what you got in your arsenal that would work on houseplant insects?
Well, we do have, we have something that's coming out this fall that I would love to recommend, but we don't have it out yet.
Darn it.
I would tell you, I know there's a deplete for plants that's coming out that I'm really excited about. I think your customers are going to love it. Your listeners will love it. But, ultimately the insecticidal soaps and the what's the brand? I know you guys have it in your store. If you can suffocate the insects, there are natural oils. That's kind of the technology behind what we're going to be using.
Yeah.
But there are things out there that are all natural that do a wonderful job, that aren't going to hurt your plant, aren't going to hurt your pets or your children that might be in the house.
Right.
And those are always a much safer bet than some of these chemicals that are out there trying to claim.
So we use like the neem oil and pyrethrum consistently for indoor plants. It does a really great job. So like the triple action from Fertilome, very safe to use indoors, very effective on a lot of these smaller insects. Works on mites. I had a customer in this week that had mites that had just decimated her poor little lemon tree or citrus, and we had to like try and get those under control. But the triple action from Fertilome would be excellent for those, whether it's mealybugs or scale or aphids. It will do a good job on those small insects that are affecting your houseplants. So if you wanted to bring a sample in,
that would be great.
yeah, if you wanted to bring a sample in or bring the plant in, if it's not too big, we'd be glad to take a look at it. Otherwise, we can start with the triple action, or the spinosad soap is really great too. That's another organic, natural bacteria that works on a lot of different insects, and it's in the soap form, so it'll work on your aphids as well too. So there's some really great options for you.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I will check on those then.
Wonderful. Thanks, Joan, for calling. Have a good weekend.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. Bye.
And that frees up a phone line, and we have a couple other callers we're going to get to. First, Donna is holding on the line from Logan. Donna, welcome to the show this morning.
Okay.
Good morning, Donna.
Hi. Hey, I have a quick question. I have a place in Wyoming, and I have a lot of daisies, but I get so much grass in there, and I can't keep up with it all. Is there something that kills the grass but not the daisy?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So there's a couple really great products out there that will just kill grasses, and it will kill turf grass that has crept over into your flower beds. It will kill pasture grass that is coming up in the middle of your even your iris or your daylilies or ground cover or bulbs, and it won't bother those. And you can even use it in edibles like raspberries and strawberries where the grass is coming up. You just need to get rid of the grass and not bother. Yeah, it's awesome for the raasberries. So it sounds like you said daffodils, right?
No, I have daisies.
Oh, daisies. Okay. Won't bother your daisies at all, but it's going to kill the grass. And the product we use is called Over the Top from Fertilome. And the Over the Top, we mix it with a surfactant. So we're going to mix it with either the herbicide enhancer or a spreader sticker, and you spray them together at the same time. So you mix them together in the same gallon. And you spray the grass, and if it gets on your daisies, it won't bother them. If it gets on your strawberries, it won't bother them. If it gets on your shrubs, it won't bother them. It'll just kill the grass.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, now that you mentioned raspberries, I do have raspberries, and I have this really sticky kind of weed that clings to you. Will that kill that too?
It just kills grasses. So if you were to accidentally spray your lawn, it would kill the lawn and leave the dandelions. So it's really good at killing grass, but you have to I tell people, be patient and persistent with it, because it's not a spray once and it's dead the next day. You spray, you wait a week, you spray again. If it's not dead by the end of the second week, if it's not really starting to turn yellow, hit it one more time. It's usually a 2 to 3 application product, and it will do a really great job. But once the grass really starts to yellow, it's already killed the root system out, and it pulls out really easy. It has no roots left on it. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it really does a great job. But in the raspberries, that stickery weed that you've got, I'm not sure exactly which one it is, but there's a whole bunch that will get in there. The Cazaron will kill everything that's in the raspberries except the raspberries, and so. It's called Cazaron. It's spelled Casoron. And the Cazaron is an herbicide that doesn't bother woody plants. So anything that has bark on it, like a tree or a shrub, it won't bother it at all. I use it in my orchard all the time because I don't want weeds coming up in the orchard, but it won't hurt my trees at all. And then it won't hurt cane plants either. So roses, raspberries, blackberries, grapes, it won't hurt those either. But it basically kills everything else, including grass, including morning glory, including burr buttercups. I mean, all the weeds that are coming up in your raspberries. It won't bother the raspberries, but it'll kill everything else. It lasts for 4 to 6 months. So
you are saved my life.
One application. The trick with the raspberries is if you have brand new shoots that are coming up, you have to wait until they start to turn a little woody, or else it could damage those. Otherwise, you put your Cazaron like the minute the snow melts in your yard, and like as early as you possibly can, and then it won't bother the new shoots as they come up. But if you put it on them while they're coming up, it could damage those. So just be a little careful that way. All right.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. So the Over the Top will do a great job on grasses in your flowers. If you put the Cazaron on your daisies, it will kill your daisies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be good.
Yeah. So don't use it there. Just on woody plants, cane plants, and you're good. Okay.
Okay, sweet. And you've got all of that down
I
there,
do.
right?
I do.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks, Donna, for calling. Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye.
All right.
Okay, as we transition over to Todd, we have Todd who's joining us on the line from Logan. Oh, we actually lost Todd.
Oh, darn it.
So we've got James holding on the line from Messina, and we want to also mention, because we did not at the bottom of the hour, there is a radio special today in the store.
Oh, yes.
On your pansies.
On pansies, yeah. So our flats of pansies are normally $32 for a full flat, and we're going to do $10 off if you mention that at the store today. $10 off, you'll get a full flat of pansies. So there's 48 plants in a flat for $22. So $10 off on a flat.
Off.
Yeah, so it's the $10 special. So,
and if you're wanting primroses.
$275 for a 4-inch primrose. They're usually $4.99. So good deal on those. And both of those flowers can go outside right now, even if it snows next week. Okay. Even if it freezes next week, they'll handle the cold. So, James, it sounds like you need some pansies and primroses at your house since it's only 42 degrees.
Yeah, well, if it promises to bring the spring with it, I'll buy as many flats as you have.
Sounds good. I will get them in the mail today. So, awesome. All right. James, we've got like
3 minutes.
Yeah, 4
left.
minutes. Anything else we need to talk about that we have not discussed today?
I would just say for the folks that are getting into bird feeding, we got a great squirrel product as well that can keep the squirrels off those feeders for y'all. I would say that the best thing to do this spring is to try something new. Get your hands in the dirt, whether you're going to be planting or weeding or trying to keep the critters at bay. It's a great time of year to reconnect with nature and to get back out there, put your phones down, get away from your computers, and really just realize, how great it is to be back outside again.
Absolutely. So yesterday I worked from, 7 o'clock in the morning until 6:30 last night, and then I went home and decompressed out in my garden until it got dark, basically. And it was great. Got to check on my fruit trees, got to plant some onions, got to check on my daffodils and make sure my deer stopper was working on my tulips because they're getting ready to bloom. And it's just relaxing. It's not like work.
Yeah, and the best thing about it is it's okay to try something. It's okay to fail at it because I can assure you, once you start getting your hands out there, you will realize that you're a lot better at it than you think you are. We've been doing it for 35,000 years.
Yeah.
A lot of folks have done it before you. Just try.
And it is. There's something about sticking your fingers in the dirt and watching stuff grow. And not only is it satisfying, but it just feels right.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yep. It really does. So, James, thank you so much for being on the show today. It is always a pleasure to have you on the show, and we appreciate all the support that you give to us as a retailer and the products that you provide for us to make our customers more successful.
Thank you, my friend. It's great working with you guys, and to all you folks listening out there, get growing. Enjoy the spring.
Yeah,
for sure. So. Primroses and pansies.
Yes, the primrose and pansies sale today.
Yeah.
If you just mentioned, you heard it on the radio. But also you were mentioning, Mark, too, that you had over 1,000 shrubs that have come in.
Oh, yes.
Also all of your flowering, main fruit trees, flowering trees. This is the best. This would be a great weekend to drop into the
store. Yeah. So we've got bare root fruit trees still. We've got bare root raspberries, grapes are all in. Small fruits, all kinds of small fruits. So whether it's currants or gooseberries, we've got those all in stock. Blackberries, I've got some Loganberries even as well too. But bare root fruit trees are going to get potted up next week. So if you want to get bare root trees, you better come get them this weekend because we're going to get after it. But there's so many plants that came in this week that we have a whole bunch out in the parking lot we haven't been able to organize yet because we got 1,000 shrubs in. We got about 500 shade trees. And we got 60 flats of ground covers and flats of tomatoes and other vegetables as well too, and tons of pansies. So store looks great. Come in and see us today. It's going to be an excellent weekend. And our pansy special, our radio special today, is $10 off a flat of pansies at Anderson Seed and Garden. So not too bad.
And coming up next week, the Spring Open House.
Yeah, Spring Open House.
Starts on Wednesday.
Does start on Wednesday. We'll be sending out information digitally, and we'll have that information on our website. So if you don't see it in your email box or on Facebook, you can go onto our website at AndersonSeedandGarden.com, and we'll have all the information probably posted at least on Wednesday, if not Tuesday, for the open house and all the specials we've got going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll be broadcasting live there Friday afternoon from 3 to 6. And if you stop by, we'll have some tickets that we'll be giving away to the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium that you
nice.
can use
Yeah,
this
that sounds
month.
great.
And yeah, so come on by and join us. We'll be there from 3 to 6. And, of course, the Garden Show will be back again on Saturday next week. If you missed a portion of the show, you want to go back and listen to any of the shows, you can always go to kvnutalk.com and click on the podcast library where you'll find old shows.
For news and talk, KVNU Logan, 610 AM and 102.1 FM.